Have you ever found yourself asking one of life's most profound questions? Why do some people seem to effortlessly attract miracles at every turn, while others appear to be battling against an invisible wall, struggling for every small victory? Why does luck smile upon certain individuals at every step of their journey, while others must desperately claw and fight to extract even the smallest crumb of success from life itself? The answer, I'm telling you right now, is not determined by fortune. It's not written in your stars or locked away in your destiny. The answer is far more intimate than that. It's hidden in the energy that you and only you are continuously radiating outward into the universe with every passing second of your existence. And here's the revolutionary part. You can learn to master this energy. Today, right now in this moment, you're going to learn how to manage, direct, and amplify this force. You're going to discover exactly how to attune yourself to frequencies that have been invisible to you until this very moment. This is not another generic motivational speech designed to make you feel temporarily inspired before the old patterns reassert their dominance over your consciousness. This is not a brief dopamine hit that will fade away in a few hours, leaving you feeling even more discouraged than before. This is something fundamentally different. This is the key that will remove the chains holding you to lower frequencies, preventing your ascension into the realm of authentic power, genuine magnetism, and real success. The moment you have been waiting for, the turning point you've sensed approaching, that moment has already arrived. We are going to speak today about something called higher energy, a specific state of consciousness in which you become not merely a passive participant in your reality, but rather the conductor of your own life symphony, orchestrating and tuning your entire existence to the frequency of luck and unlimited abundance. And here's the best part. You'll do this without exhausting yourself through constant struggle and effort. Scientific foundation. Science has definitively proven something that spiritual teachers have known for centuries. Your heart, this magnificent organ pumping blood through your body, is generating an electromagnetic field. But it's not a small one. It's not a subtle whisper. This electromagnetic field is approximately 5,000 times more powerful than the electromagnetic field generated by your brain. Your brain might be getting all the attention in popular culture, but your heart is the true generator of power, the authentic seat of your creative force, the epicenter of your ability to manifest reality. The emotions you experience throughout your day are not merely internal feelings confined to your consciousness. They are actively, measurably altering the vibrational frequency of this powerful electromagnetic field. When you experience fear, when doubt creeps into your mind, when anxiety and worry consume your thoughts, these emotions create a chaotic, fragmented, broken signal. This jagged, scattered signal is being broadcast out into the universal field constantly. And what happens? You attract more situations, more circumstances, more experiences designed to reinforce that fear, that doubt, that anxiety. This is not metaphor. This is not poetry or wishful thinking. This is physics. This is the measurable, quantifiable, reproducible science of how electromagnetic waves interact with reality. Now contrast that with gratitude, radiant joy, and unconditional love. When you genuinely feel these higher emotions, not pretending to feel them, but truly embodying them, something extraordinary happens. These emotions generate a powerful, coherent, unified wave emanating from your heart. This coherent wave doesn't clash with itself. It doesn't create interference patterns of negativity. Instead, it harmonizes, it resonates, it synchronizes with the quantum field, that infinite field of all possibilities, the invisible matrix from which all physical reality emerges and is continually created. Think about tuning a radio receiver. When you're out of tune, you hear only static, chaotic, meaningless noise. But the moment you adjust the dial to the correct frequency, suddenly, music floods through the speaker with crystal clarity. That's precisely what happens when your emotional frequency becomes coherent and aligned, when your heart radiates a coherent signal of love, gratitude, and joy. You literally attune your internal radio receiver to the frequency of luck itself. And what becomes available to you? The universe begins offering you exactly the right people to connect with, the precise circumstances and opportunities you've been seeking, synchronicities that seem almost magical in their perfect timing. You don't have to fight for these things. You don't have to struggle or force them. You simply find yourself in the right place at the right time, and possibilities unfold as if by invisible orchestration. The problem and its hidden origins. But here's the catch, and this is where things get real, where we get honest about why so many people struggle despite genuinely wanting change. Why is it so extraordinarily difficult to maintain this higher frequency? Why does it feel like you're constantly fighting to stay positive, constantly battling to keep yourself in a state of genuine gratitude and joy? The answer is challenging, but it's liberating once you understand it. The problem lies in our deepest, most invisible programming, our foundational beliefs. From your earliest childhood, society has been handing you an unwritten rule book. Nobody sits down and explicitly teaches it to you, but you absorb it anyway, through osmosis, through observation, through subtle messages encoded in the behavior and words of the adults around you. The rulebook says, don't stand out, don't draw attention, fit in with everyone else, stay small, don't dream too big. Big money is dangerous. People who are wealthy are probably corrupt or lacking in integrity. It's selfish to pursue what you really want. Happiness without a specific reason is a sign of foolishness. We internalize these limitations. We accept them as truth rather than recognizing them as someone else's fears projected onto us. And then we construct our entire lives, brick by brick, moment by moment, within this invisible prison cell. We build walls, not realizing the door was always unlocked, always open, always available for us to simply walk through. These societal codes become our second nature. They transform into background noise, constant static that perpetually disrupts our true frequency. We become terrified of dreaming in big ways because we were taught that such dreams are immodest and somehow inappropriate. We fear failure intensely because we were conditioned to believe that mistakes and errors are permanent marks of shame rather than valuable experiences that build wisdom. We construct our reality on a foundation of other people's fears and limitations, and then we're shocked and confused about why our lives contain so few genuine miracles, so few inexplicable blessings. I want to ask you to do something specific right now. Stay with me through to the end of this complete presentation. Don't click away. Don't get distracted, because what's coming next will reveal principles, real, actionable, transformational principles that possess the authentic power to completely reshape your life trajectory. Please take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel. The subscribe button is visible right there. Hit it. While you're at it, put a like on this video. It only takes a second, but it means everything. And leave a comment for us below. Any comment whatsoever. For example, you could type 3 sevens, 777. Every single like you place, every comment you leave, every subscription you make, these small actions send powerful signals to the YouTube algorithm indicating that this content is valuable and worthy of promotion. Your support doesn't just help us create more videos, it helps millions of other people who are searching for exactly this understanding but haven't discovered it yet. Together, we're spreading a message that can genuinely transform lives. Thank you for being part of this mission. Your support means more than you could possibly imagine. Deep analysis of the obstacles. First obstacle, limiting beliefs that hijack your frequency. Let's examine more closely one of the primary barriers standing between you and higher energy. One of the main obstacles on the path to attaining higher energy and maintaining the frequency of luck is the presence of deeply entrenched limiting beliefs. Think about a phrase that's commonly spoken in our society. To most people, this is simply a statement of fact, a description of how the world works. But it's far more than that. From the perspective of neurobiology, the actual science of how your brain functions, every single time you speak this phrase or hear it, or even think it unconsciously, you are literally physically reinforcing neural pathways in your brain. You're strengthening the specific neural connections that are responsible for creating a relationship with struggle, effort, difficulty, and perceived scarcity. You're actually paving a road in your brain leading directly to poverty and exhausting effort, making that road broader and more heavily traveled. Your brain, operating on the principle of energy conservation, will automatically and habitually direct your thoughts, your attention, and your actions along this well-worn neural pathway. You become a puppet dancing on invisible strings of your own neurological creation. Consider another limiting belief that's equally destructive, perhaps even more insidious in its operation. This belief operates even more deceptively, even more covertly. It creates a persistent, ever-present background hum of low self-worth, a constant vibration of inadequacy and unworthiness. When you're vibrating at this frequency, this low, diminished frequency, something predictable happens. You will unconsciously, automatically reject attractive offers and opportunities. You will sabotage relationships that could be beneficial and beautiful. You will overlook chances and miss connections because at the deepest level of your being, you're operating from the conviction that you don't actually deserve these good things. The quantum field is like a precise mirror reflecting back to you exactly what you project. If your internal signal broadcasts unworthiness, then reality will confirm this message. Circumstances will align to demonstrate that you indeed are not worthy of the best. This is not punishment from a vengeful universe. This is the law of resonance and attraction working exactly as it's designed to work. Like attracts like. Second obstacle, energy leaks and vibrational drains. The second major obstacle preventing you from accessing and maintaining higher energy is what I call energy leaks. These are not dangerous anomalies or rare occurrences. They're common patterns that most people engage in daily without realizing the profound cost. Constant complaining, persistent gossiping about others, habitual judgment and criticism. Most people think these are harmless habits, small vices, normal social behaviors. But they're far more damaging than that. Every complaint you voice is not simply venting or expressing frustration. Every complaint is, in essence, an order placed with the universe. You're literally requesting more of whatever you're complaining about. When you complain about financial scarcity, when you say you never have enough money, you're broadcasting into the quantum field a request for more scarcity. Your energy, your focus, your vibration becomes concentrated on what's missing, on what you lack, on what's wrong. And according to the law of attraction, you receive more of exactly that. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting in your car, caught in heavy traffic. Your mind is racing. Your frustration is building. You start getting angry, agitated, impatient. You complain audibly about the situation, about drivers around you, about the poor road conditions. In this moment, you are hemorrhaging your precious life energy into a black hole of negativity. Your vibrational frequency is plummeting. You're broadcasting signals of stress, frustration, and powerlessness. But here's the beautiful part. You have another choice. You could do something entirely different in that same traffic situation. You could turn on music you absolutely love, music that makes your body want to move, music that elevates your mood instantly. You could listen to an audiobook by an author who inspires you, who expands your thinking. You could practice a meditation, focusing on your breath and your gratitude for all the good in your life. You won't change the traffic. The cars around you will still be stuck. The delay will still exist. But here's what's revolutionary. You will have changed your vibrational frequency. You will have shifted your energetic output. And something remarkable often happens. Suddenly, you notice an alternative route you never saw before, or an idea strikes you, a brilliant idea that could solve a problem you've been struggling with, or your phone buzzes with a message from someone you were just thinking about, or an unexpected opportunity presents itself. You've changed your reality not by changing your external circumstances, but by changing your internal frequency, your emotional state, your energy field. This is how you create transformation. By managing your response, by choosing your vibration, by consciously directing your energy. Third obstacle, the hypnotic trance of autopilot and unconscious patterns. The third critical obstacle is perhaps the most invisible, yet the most powerful. The hypnotic trance of automatic, unconscious patterns. Most people move through their lives in a state of automaticity. They think the same thoughts every day. They have the same emotional reactions. They engage in the same behaviors. It's as if they're watching a movie they've seen 1,000 times, unable to change the script, unable to alter the plot, even though they know every line by heart. This hypnotic state is maintained through repetition and familiarity. Your nervous system learns patterns, and once learned, it defaults to them without requiring conscious thought. The neural pathways become so well established that your brain travels them automatically, like a car driving a familiar route without the driver even paying attention. This conserves mental energy, which is efficient, but it also means you're living on repeat. You're running old programs, responding to present situations based on past conditioning, creating futures that are nearly identical to your past because you haven't consciously chosen anything different. Breaking this trance requires interruption. It requires something surprising, something unusual, something that jolts your nervous system out of its habitual state. The path to higher energy and freedom. Step 1. The pattern. Interrupt. So how do we escape from this locked, repetitive cycle? The first step is what I call the pattern interrupt. This is elegant in its simplicity, yet powerful in its effectiveness. In the exact moment when you catch yourself on an old negative thought, or mid-complaint, mid-gossip, mid-judgment, you must immediately do something unusual, something physically unusual, something that will shake your nervous system out of its automaticity. Snap your fingers sharply, pinch your skin, say something out loud forcefully. This simple action, this small physical disruption, literally breaks the neural trance. It interrupts the automatic loop. It yanks you out of autopilot and grants you a precious window, maybe just a few seconds, where you have the genuine freedom to make a new conscious choice. A choice for a different thought. A choice for a different emotional response. A choice for a different energy. Think of it like this. You're using a computer and it has frozen up. It's stuck. It's not responding to your commands. Do you sit there trying to analyze why it froze? Do you engage in deep self-investigation about the program's problems? No. You simply hold down the power button and force a restart. You don't need to understand the problem. You just need to interrupt the frozen state and reboot. Your mind works the same way. When you catch yourself in a loop of negative thinking, you don't need to analyze it deeply, don't need to explore its origins in that moment. You just need to interrupt it and consciously reorient your focus toward what you desire rather than what you fear. Step 2. Implementing words of power. The second essential step in reclaiming your higher energy is to implement what I call words of power into your daily speech and eternal dialogue. Your language is extraordinarily important. Your words are not mere sounds. They're not insignificant utterances without impact. Your words are vibrations. They're creative forces. They shape the neural pathways in your brain. They determine the vibrational frequency you emit. They tell your subconscious mind and the universe exactly who you are and what you believe to be true about yourself and your possibilities. Start replacing disempowering language with empowered language instead of phrases expressing passive hope and uncertainty. Say statements affirming agency and certainty. Feel the difference as these words move through your consciousness. Expressing hope positions you as a beggar, a supplicant, someone powerlessly asking the universe for crumbs. But affirming your choice and knowledge positions you as a creator, a co-author of your reality, someone consciously aligning with what you desire. Instead of saying, I have a problem, say, I have a task, or this is an opportunity for growth. This subtle linguistic shift transforms the entire energetic signature of the situation. A problem feels heavy, burdensome, potentially unsolvable. A task can be completed. An opportunity for growth excites the nervous system, activates the possibility-finding part of your brain. Third step, conscious affirmations as frequency selection. Use affirmations intentionally, not as empty mantras you repeat mechanically, but as conscious choices about which frequency you're selecting. I am a magnet for money and luck. My energy is open to miracles. The universe is always on my side. I am worthy of all good and abundance. Every action I take creates waves of luck. As you speak these affirmations, feel them resonating through your body. Don't just say them with your mouth. Feel them with your nervous system. Allow your entire being to absorb the frequency these words represent. You're not trying to trick yourself or use some kind of psychological manipulation. You're simply reminding yourself of who you truly are beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the limiting beliefs, beneath all the years of programmed scarcity thinking. Examples of extraordinary people living at higher frequencies. Walt Disney, maintaining frequency through rejection. Consider the story of Walt Disney. At one point in his career, he was fired from a newspaper. His supervisor gave him an official reason: lack of imagination. Can you imagine that? Being told you lack imagination by someone in a position of power over you. Most people would have internalized that message, would have accepted it as truth, would have adjusted their self-concept downward. But Disney's internal frequency, his internal belief about what was possible, remained calibrated toward his dream. He didn't believe the opinion of one person more than he believed in his own vision. He then faced literally hundreds of rejections as he worked to finance and create his theme park concept. Hundreds of times people said no. Hundreds of times doors were closed, but his frequency never shifted. His vibrational output remained aligned with his dream, not with the opinions of those around him. And eventually, those vibrations attracted the exact circumstances, people, and resources needed to manifest Disneyland into physical reality. Today, that park generates billions of dollars and brings joy to millions of people annually. Oprah Winfrey, transforming trauma into unlimited power. Then consider Oprah Winfrey, who was born into poverty and brutality. She experienced violence and abuse in her childhood. She was born a girl in a context where that presented additional limitations. Society had already written her story. The statistics were not in her favor. By every external metric, she should have remained trapped in cycles of poverty, trauma, and powerlessness. But Oprah did something extraordinary. Rather than fighting against the world externally, protesting, demanding change, she worked on her internal world. She worked with her consciousness. She worked with her energy. She took the pain, the trauma, the suffering she experienced, and through internal work, transformed it into limitless strength and profound compassion. Today, she's one of the most influential and wealthy women on the planet. She didn't change by manipulating external circumstances. She changed by changing her internal frequency, her self-concept, her energetic vibration. Your life is not happening to you. Your life is not something that happens to you, like you're a helpless leaf being blown by winds you cannot control. Your life is actively responding to you. It's mirroring your frequency. It's manifesting your beliefs. It's creating circumstances that match your energetic output. Your current situation is not an accident. It's not cosmic punishment. It's a precise reflection of where you've been vibrating, what you've been believing, and what you've been unconsciously broadcasting into the quantum field. The perfect moment for transformation is not some mythical future date. It's not next Monday when you'll finally get organized. It's not January 1st when the year resets and you start fresh. It's not next month when circumstances magically align. The perfect moment is right now. This exact second, in this present moment, your power exists. This is where you can create change. You are exactly where you need to be at this precise moment in your journey. Every challenge you've endured has prepared you for this moment of awakening. Every difficulty has built your psychological and spiritual strength. Every apparent failure has simply been recalibration of your internal compass, tuning you toward a better destination. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been meaningless. You've been prepared. Your future is not locked into place by your past. It's not determined by your history, your birth circumstances, your previous failures, or your current perceived limitations. Your future is determined entirely by the choice you make right now, in this moment, by the frequency you choose to emit, by the belief you choose to embrace, by the identity you choose to step into. Choose your thoughts with precision and intention. Every thought either builds or diminishes. Every thought either attracts or repels. Choose your feelings consciously. Emotions are not things that happen to you. They're things you can generate intentionally. You can choose to feel gratitude right now. Genuine, embodied, somatic gratitude, even for challenges. You can choose to feel confidence even in uncertainty. These choices create your future. Powerful conclusion. Step into your power. Your new reality is not arriving at some distant point in time. It's being created right now, in this very moment, through the choices you're making, through the frequency you're emitting, through the identity you're inhabiting. Trust the process. Trust your path. Trust that the universe is intelligent and responsive. Trust that abundance is seeking you. Right now, in this present moment, something genuinely wonderful is making its way toward you. The energy of luck, of synchronicity, of miraculous alignment is actively seeking a channel through which it can flow into your life. It's looking for an open door. Your responsibility, your only real responsibility, is to be that open door, to keep yourself open to receiving, to maintain the frequency of abundance, to live as if you're already living the reality you desire. This is not the conclusion of our time together. This is the true beginning. The path forward is now clear. Every single step you take moving forward from this moment, every action you take in this new awareness and aligned with this new frequency is constructing your new world. It's manifesting your transformed reality. Your breakthrough moment is not someday, it's now. Your frequency is not future, it's present. You are not becoming, you are already here. Step into it, claim it, become it fully.